So pardon me if I look red because I just had 2 shots of vodka.
What kind of vodka?
Thank you, Dave, and thank you to our bartender there. It's good. But really, it was a marriage of ideas between what I had in mind and what Freddie had in mind. I think when I first arrived in Los Angeles in April of last year, I visited all the offices of our attaché agencies, one of which was the Philippine Trade and Investment Center, headed by our Trade Commissioner, Mr. Eric Elnar. Eric!
Yes, sir.
So as I was going around the office of Eric, I noticed that there were a lot of empty spaces. And I said, Eric, why couldn't we utilize this space as a showroom for Philippine products and services? Because I remember being back in New York in 2003, and I remember partnering with the Philippine Trade and Investment Center in New York also, and utilizing that empty space on the ground floor, the Philippine Center, facing Fifth Avenue, as a showroom for Philippine products and services. And so I said to Eric, why don't we do this also here in LA? Because in LA we have 1.3 million Filipinos, so can actually push Philippine products and services to the American mainstream market. And so Eric was so receptive to the idea. And when I went back to the office, one day I received an email from a certain guy named Ferdy Soriano, who was talking about the same thing. And so I said, Eric, here's an email from a certain guy named Ferdy Soriano. Do you know him? And he vouched for this guy. Yes, I know him. He's a credible guy. He's not a fly-by-night guy. He means what he says. He means business. So I told him, why don't we invite them to a meeting? And so before I knew it, we were already having a meeting, not just with Ferdy Soriano, but with 2 other highly motivated individuals, 2 beautiful young ladies, in the person of Christine and Christina.
CNC.
So we were having the first planning meeting for what would become the emPHorium, which we are now officially launching today. You may wonder why we insisted on having a physical space, which is what we have now. Well, to me, even if we have already moved to the digital space, the digital world, wherein we do practically everything online, even dating and courting, we do online now. I said that why don't we still have a physical showroom for Philippine products and services? It is because I think that even if we have moved to the digital world, the basic precepts of marketing remain the same. Meaning you have a price, you have a product, you know how to promote, and most importantly, you have a place. You have a place to showcase your products and services. And this is the place that we have now. But emPHorium goes one step further. It is not just a physical space, but also an online space. Because I understand that aside from having this physical space, emPHorium will also have an online presence, wherein buyers and suppliers can meet and exchange ideas on where to get the best products from the Philippines at the best price. And so we saw a meeting of the minds. We saw how they work together. Even Eric going to Home Depot to buy all these supplies and doing all the carpentry work. And here we have the emPHorium. So let's give a hand to Ferdy here.
Ferdinand! Yeah! Mabuhay!
And of course to Eric.
Christina!
Where's the co-founder, Christina? Yes! Mabuhay!
You know, emPHorium, although the mere launch of emPHorium today is already a big success, I think the continued success of emPHorium will depend on our support from our Filipino-American community here in Los Angeles. You have to understand that LA is home to the biggest Filipino diaspora, not just in the United States, but in the whole world. You're talking of 1.3 million Filipinos. And if only each one of these Filipinos will buy one of these products, that's 1.3 million.
I just want 2%.
Automatically, isn't it? Right? So, and if all these Filipinos will talk about these products to their friends in the American mainstream, you could imagine the multiplier effect. So eventually, through emPHorium and through our support, especially our friends from the media, including of course Steve Angeles here, by word of mouth, word will spread that emPHorium is already present in Los Angeles. We have a physical presence and also an online presence. It is so unfortunate, I noted in my remarks at the recent event hosted by the Philippine-American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Los Angeles, we have a big presence in LA. We have a lot of businesses in LA, and the number of businesses, Filipino-American businesses, is growing. And yet, why is it that until today, you cannot say that Filipino-American business has become an economic force? It's still not this, right? Just like the Indians, the Chinese, or the Koreans. We have the product. We know how to price our products. We know how to promote. If you allow Ferdy to speak before a crowd, he can sell actually the Bridge of Quiapo. That's how good he is. He can sell practically everything. Why? Because we don't have a place yet, and we need this place. And what a perfect timing to do that.
Yes.
At a time when the Philippine economy is on the road to recovery, after being in the woods for almost 2 years because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And in this road to economic recovery, we need your support. By supporting emPHorium, you're actually supporting small and medium enterprises in the Philippines.
Yes, yes.
Because these are the enterprises that are producing the products that we see all around us today.
Yes, yes.
So as we support emPHorium, you also support SMEs in the Philippines, and as you support SMEs in the Philippines, you're actually ultimately supporting the recovery of the Philippine economy.
Yes, yeah.
So let's all work together in this endeavor. And I am very confident that this emPHorium will succeed
Yes.
with the people like Ferdy Soriano, Christine, and Christina at the helm of this enterprise, alongside our Trade Commissioner, Mr. Eric Arnal, and with the support of the Philippine Consul General in Los Angeles. So congratulations to you.
Congratulations! Mabuhay!
You know, I mean, that's a good segue really quick. I want, without further ado, delay, let me go ahead and bring up Eric Elnar. It's funny
That would be you.
how Consul said about how he people. I